Here's my audience. It costs hundreds of dollars to have your computer work on each year. One of the easiest ways to save money is to do it yourself. I'll show you how to change out your hard drive so that your computer can be running at its peak performance. The first thing we want to do is prepare our workspace. You can do this by first clearing off everything off your desk like so. Any unnecessary objects need to be stored away. The next thing we need to do is to clean off our workspace. We do this by wiping everything down so that we don't get any dust particles in there. Okay, the next thing we need to do, which I've previously done, is shut down the computer, and then now we need to unplug any connections that we have with it. Okay, now that that's done, we need to place an anti-static mat on top of our workspace. This makes sure that we don't damage any of our components inside the computer with static. Okay, now that we've done that, we need to get all of our tools together, such as maybe a light and a couple screwdrivers. Okay. Now we're going to take off the side of the case. To do that, we have to go to the back of the computer and unscrew 3 screws off the back. Now that that's done, we need to take off the side of the case. To do that, you press your hand firmly on the side and pull back. We can set this aside now because we won't need it until we put it back together. Okay, now we need to get into the side of the case. Okay, what we need to do is take this screw out here so that we can slide out our hard drive. You'll need a Phillips head to do this. Okay. Also, we need to unplug our power to our hard drive. Also, it depends on whether you have a SATA or IED cable, but you need to unplug that from the hard drive as well. Now we can just slide out our old hard drive, and now we'll slide in our new one, very gently. Okay, we'll take this same screw that we took it out with and put it back in there to hold the hard drive in place. Okay, now that we've done that, we need to reconnect our power, and in this case, we need to reconnect our IED cable. Now that that is done, we need to put it back on the side of the case. Grab our side and slide it on there. Okay, now that we've done that, we need to put our screws back in it. Now we can close it. Since we closed up the case already, we need to prepare the computer for operation. This is done by hooking up the previous connections . Now, since we've reconnected the cables and all that, it's time to test the connections. By doing this, we need to turn on the computer, and then now we'll look at the startup diagnostics on it, and then which will tell us if we installed our hard drive correctly or not. As it enters the BIOS setup, it will show us whether our hard drive is connected, which it is. That's how you install a hard drive.